Hello, and welcome to an episode of Okay Karen.
Okay, Karen.
So tonight's episode is about Easter. Happy Easter, y'all.
Happy Easter.
We have some shout outs? Betsy, you have any shout outs to start us off with? Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's been a lot of new subscribers, but
Y'all,
that's been all Angela. She has been working it, getting people to subscribe.
if I haven't asked you to subscribe, like personally, it's just because I haven't gotten there yet. I'm coming to see you.
It's gonna happen.
I do need to shout out Leslie because she is also helping work, getting us she just said we're 100% real content, which I really don't understand what that means, but we're not scripted. So she was like, y'all are awesome. So thank you, Leslie.
I think that's
you're
really
awesome too.
Thank you, Leslie.
So too.
I mean, I think she's saying we're genuine. So
okay.
We do. Yeah. Well, one of us always wears makeup. One of us does not. You can't get more real than that.
Also, my cousin, who I call Sis, so shout out Sis. Sis was like, because she subscribed and Kim subscribed, but Sis said, how do y'all think of everything to talk about? And I was like,
it's difficult. Just kidding. It's not difficult. We talk a lot.
It's insane. Because we don't mean this to go long, y'all. We normally shoot for about 45 minutes.
Yes.
So when it goes an hour, we're like, When it goes an hour and a half, I'm like, how did we talk for an hour and a half?
What was the soup one? It was like an hour and 10 minutes or something.
Yes.
All we did was talk about 10 different soups and give recipes.
Crazy. So we need to thank y'all because we have actually hit 100 subscribers.
Yay!
We are super excited for our game night. We're going to do the crazy eyelashes, but y'all, we are like 100 subscribers, 1,000 views on one. It's amazing. Thank y'all so much. I love doing this. This is with my best friend. I talk to my best friend every day.
And we have so much fun. Honestly, there's a few times where we're like, ooh, we're recording on Friday and we're putting it out on Sunday, but so we just recorded one on Friday, which you guys have already heard because it aired before this one, our 5 favorite things. And we got on the video chat and we talked an hour before we hit record and started talking about our 5 favorite things. And we just saw each other the week before.
We did. And then, so now it's 2 days later.
But we just talked an hour. I'm like, Angela, we need to start the podcast because it's late.
Yeah, we've talked for I don't know how long, and I have to get up early tomorrow to go to work. And
I'm like, we gotta start this. This is a work night.
If we could get paid for just talking, we would have it made.
Yeah, what occupation gets paid?
Not what I do.
Not what I do. But I mean, there are some 900 numbers.
No.
There are some 900 numbers.
Yeah. I don't have the voice for that. You have the voice for that.
No, didn't you just read that one of the most attractive accents is Mississippi?
It's the top 10. Texas is number 1 and Mississippi is like 6. But here's my question about that. And even my friend said, who I sent it to a group chat, she said, what's the difference between Texas and Mississippi? And I was like, yeah, what's the difference between Mississippi and Alabama?
There's definitely
none.
Mississippi, Alabama. There's parts where you're like, oh, Mobile sounds a little different than like northern Mississippi.
I don't know.
The coast of Mississippi and the coast of Alabama sound the exact same.
So
sorry if we get raked over the coals for that. Y'all just leave comments below if you disagree. That's okay. I think what it is there's a lot more people that other people know from Texas, like a lot more famous people with accents and things like that, because Texas has such a bigger population.
Matthew McConaughey.
Take a poll, people are gonna be like, oh, Matthew McConaughey is from Texas. Oh, you know what I mean? Versus Mississippians, they're gonna be like, who do I know from Mississippi? I do not have a Texas accent. I don't really have a accent either. So, but
where would you put your accent?
I think Texas is more well known. I don't think I have an accent. Who said that before?
I just.
That is a quote from Angela from what, 10 years ago or more?
Yeah, because
Angela, she said, she said, who are you talking to? Said, you told me you were like, yeah, somebody at work said something about my accent, or somebody said something about my accent. And I was like, and you were like, I don't have an accent. And I was like, I just started laughing. You're like, I don't. I told him, I don't have an accent. I sound just like Betsy. And I was like, no, you don't.
well, the pitch is
No,
different.
you don't.
I am a little more high
Yes, and
pitch.
I have a lower voice, but we're not talking about
Yes.
the pitch here. Like, your accent is so, I can't believe that you sound like me. And you're
I
like,
I
yes,
just
I
don't.
do. And I'm like, did you hear the word do? There was like 4 syllables. We do not have the same accent. So we joke about that ever since, about how Angela's like, I don't have an accent. I sound like Betsy. And I'm like, so yes, I do
Okay.
think that Texas and Mississippi are very similar, parts of Texas, but Texas is pretty diverse too. So you have, I mean, the different areas of Texas, some of them are way more country, what you would think of, like some of
Right.
my relatives in Mississippi are way more country versus city.
Right.
So there's some differences, but I think Texas is just more well known. That's probably why they were number one.
But even with all that, bringing it back, I'm still not
You,
doing a 900
that's what I was
number.
gonna say. See, you could. People would pay
No.
for that accent, Angela.
How much?
I don't know. I've never looked into it, but now I'm curious.
Me too,
Maybe next
actually.
podcast with our fake eyelashes, we'll get all dressed up and then we'll talk. I'll do some research about how much it pays to be on a 900 number, and I'll share with the world. I feel like most of our listeners probably don't know. Also, I
You
feel like
know,
our moms are listening right now, and they're
yeah, I
probably
was just about to say,
cringing.
we really should not be talking about 900 numbers
This
and then
is
go
our
right
Easter
into
episode.
Easter. Yes, yes. Happy Easter.
What does Leslie say? We are 100%.
um, tr- uh, True content or authentic content.
Yeah.
So,
Not
yeah,
fake.
sorry.
There you go. This is
There
why
you
we can
go,
talk for an
people.
hour.
Yeah,
Whichever cousin it
no.
was that was asking you how you come
Sis,
up with it. I'm like,
yeah,
it's just rambling with
it
each
just
other.
really is.
All right, let's talk about Easter.
Okay, so Easter is first I have to say we're both Catholic. That's not a surprise. When we were young, my mom,
I have like a statue behind me.
bless her mother.
Yes. Go ahead.
When we were young, my mom we used to go to the Easter Vigil Mass. And I remember like playing with the candles. If you're not Catholic, the Easter Vigil Mass is the longest mass in the whole year.
It's the biggest celebration. Like, it's supposed to be the biggest mass, the biggest celebration for the whole year.
It is. They start off generally like dark, and they read all these readings, and they have candles, and
it's all like dark and by candlelight.
And then people that are becoming Catholic, they get all of their sacraments.
Mm-hmm.
They bless the water for the year. They bless the oil. So it is a long mass. And I wonder, why would she take kids to it? I mean, I know why they did it, because Easter morning we wake up and it was, candy, and we just ate candy and then went to
egg hunts and
yes.
relatives. Yeah.
But that's a lot to try to keep young kids and just like, oh, y'all have to be good. We had to be good for an hour. That can be tough. But we have to be good for 2 hours, and it's in the dark, and you gave me a candle to play with.
Yeah.
Like.
Now, I can tell you, my sister took her 5 kids to the midnight mass this past Christmas.
The midnight. Now, I do love the Christmas midnight mass.
Yes. But you would kind of ask yourself, because it is a longer mass usually. I mean, it's going to be more like an hour and a half.
It's a lot of singing. Easter
Vigil. Yeah. But she was kind of banking on the fact that the 3 youngest would fall asleep.
Did they?
And they did. Yeah. She was like, well, they took a nap during church. And then.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah. And it was more so the 2 older ones could experience it, because they're 9 and 11.
Oh, yeah.
That's an age where they could like actually, like you said, remember the candles and the darkness and like the cool aspect of that being out in the middle of the night. But yeah, the Easter Vigil, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be taking my kids to the Easter Vigil.
Well, I'm not doing that this year. I'm going to So then as we've gotten older, we just go, or we actually go, like, it's the sunrise, which is so pretty because you're going into mass kind of when the sun's coming up. But when you come out, you've had this big, great celebration with Hallelujah and the white lilies. And then the sun's out generally not last year, the year before, though it was raining. So that was a little let down. But it's just beautiful. It's a great way, I think, to start the day.
Yeah. Well, and I also feel like at this point, it kind of depends on your situation and if you have kids and how old they are.
Yeah, I don't.
My kids aren't getting anything out of the vigil right now. Like, they're not even going to get to hold a candle. So
yeah, I hope not.
So I'm like, really, all they do is they are like, the bells. Oh, there's flowers. Cross. Like, we're just pointing out things to them the whole time,
Right.
to walk up for a blessing at communion, which is the thrill of the mass. So it's like, maybe we'll save that for when they can at least hold a candle, and not burn their eyes off. So
yeah.
So you go to morning. You try and go to early morning.
I do. Now I do, as an adult. Yeah, we go to early morning. So,
nice.
and I like that. But also I think when we were younger, and I don't know about y'all, but we would get animals sometimes on Easter. Like, I remember several Easters when we were growing up, we had bunny rabbits, we had guinea pigs, we had chickens.
So this is when you would get a new pet?
Yeah, it was an Easter. Like, I remember before we went into the kitchen to look at our Easter baskets, my brother and I would just stop and listen to see, because you could hear chickens, and they're baby
what
chickens.
What would you do with the chicks?
Well, we raised them. Now, we were in the city, yes,
I was about
but
to say,
still.
Isn't this when you lived like on 2nd Avenue?
Rich Avenue. Yeah,
Rich Avenue.
But still, and the chickens were colored. Like, one was green and one was orange, because they dyed them for Easter. Or one was purple. Yeah. And but then as they got bigger, the dye kind of came off. But yeah, we just had chickens in the yard.
Did they lay eggs later in their life? Or you just got
no,
rid of
the dog got rid of one.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And it was a little dachshund.
You didn't know where they went.
No, our dachshund, which is a little dog, killed one chicken, and then I think we ended up giving the other chicken away. But yeah, we had.
Because when you said like a hamster or a rabbit, I'm like, okay, well, those are pets. But the chicken,
yeah, well, the chickens were our pets.
But for how long? For like a year?
Until that one died. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think we had it for a whole year.
Yeah.
But it was long enough that it grew up, because they were little, and then yeah.
When they're so cute and you can hold them.
I know.
I mean, it is really cute for Easter. I would love that.
It is.
When I was little, my parents were like, I'm sure my mom's listening to this, like, yeah, there's no way we're giving you chicks.
So what about Claire and Michael? Are they going to get some bunny rabbits? No. Okay. No. Okay.
I am 30 weeks pregnant.
Listen, kids, I tried.
And one kid is potty training right now, and we're not, and we have a dog. So if they want some chicks, they can.
That's not going to go over well.
No, our dog, those chicks wouldn't last a day. They'd be gone. No. And then the kids would be so upset that they were gone. Yeah. Maybe I'll get them a little chick stuffed animal, though.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Stuffed animals. Better. Yeah. No, they're just going to get. I try and do some stuff in their Easter basket, like, especially when they're little, they can't.
Besides candy.
How much candy can they have?
Exactly.
Like, Michael weighs 20 pounds. He can't just eat candy all day.
Well, actually, go ahead and give him some more candy.
He needs to fatten up.
Yeah.
But I mean, the portions for him are like, a fifth or less of what they are for me,
Right.
So it's like, he really doesn't need that much. He has like, whatever. So I give him some candy, and then I try and find some other things like sidewalk chalk or bubbles or things that are kind of like consumable but are fun for them to get and are kind of springish, like one of those cheap like dollar store kites. Claire would, she has one kite so far, and it has elves on it, and she loves it. So just kind of little things like that are,
So while we're kind of talking about candy, is there, because, and I don't know in the country, because this is the only place I've lived, at Easter, there's certain candy that comes out just at Easter.
See, you mentioned this to me, and I don't, is
Yeah.
this everywhere in Mississippi? Because
I don't,
so I wasn't young when I lived in Mississippi, but we didn't have anything specific that we got. It was kind of whatever. I mean, we always got some jelly beans and some chocolate or whatever, but there wasn't certain brands like you have that are like, this is what we have to get at
yes.
Easter.
So, and this is just growing up. I'm just going to show y'all some.
So
Like,
this is must-haves for you and your family.
well, like these aren't my favorite, but Mom puts one in every basket. This is Heavenly Hash. It's Elmer. So it's like
Can I tell you something?
marshmallow.
I have never had that, nor have I ever seen it before in the store.
Really?
No.
This is, see, and it might just be like a down here thing. Have you ever seen this? Pecan eggs.
Yes, I have seen pecan eggs. Yeah.
Okay. Those are, what about this? These are all Elmer brands, Gold Brick. So this was my dad's favorite. And it's just solid chocolate with like some almonds or something in it, like 3 almonds or some type of nut.
That looks slightly familiar, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you what was in it. I don't think I've ever had one.
All right. Well, those are like.
Are these like it just like your Jitney Jungle or Winn-Dixie or wherever?
Okay, we don't have Jitney Jungles.
You don't have Jitney Jungle anymore?
I don't know where. No, we have Walmart and we have Winn-Dixie and we have Rouse's.
Walmart? Okay, Karen. Everywhere has Walmart. Thank you.
Well, stop with the Jitney Jungle.
We had Jitney Jungles in Mississippi.
We don't anymore.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I grew up with a Jitney Jungle like a half a mile from my house when I lived in Jackson. So it's a very common in other places. I'm sorry. Yeah. I didn't remember that apparently you don't have them on the coast anymore or never. Yeah, this up on North 49 when I worked. There was one by the Winn-Dixie. I knew it's not there anymore, but I'm just saying it's not that uncommon. Anyway, go ahead. So those were found.
But all this is everywhere. Yeah, you can find this anywhere. Yeah. But this is a must in our Easter basket.
I mean, yeah, we have those. I have those.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like
for everyone listening? That was a Reese's.
Oh, yeah, the Reese's egg, which that was the original, and then they've changed to like the Reese's Christmas tree and the Reese's pumpkin. Do you do Cadbury eggs?
I mean, I know what they are. They're not like you have to have them in our.
Yeah, I don't like Cadbury eggs.
I don't. There's some people that love them.
I know.
I'm like, yeah, give me Reese's and I'm good.
This is the type of Cadbury I like. This is the caramel egg. That's my favorite. Actually, I like the mini ones, but I just got this just to show y'all.
The first 3 you showed us were the ones that are like your family tradition. Like,
oh, you have to like Uncle Bruh. I remember growing up, Uncle Bruh had
what's in that Heavenly Hash? It's
marshmallow surrounded by chocolate, and then it has almonds in it, like 3 almonds. Okay. But Aunt Linda made a basket with just a big bunny, and then I don't even know how many of these all around it. That's all that was in his basket. This is his favorite. Pecan eggs is my mom's favorite. She has to have them. Do you do these? Because these are only at Easter. Peeps.
I was about to ask you about the Peeps.
Do you do them?
Yes, I like Peeps.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I don't eat a lot of them. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to cry if I didn't get them at Easter. I don't think I bought any this year. Like Reese's, I'm like, there better be some Reese's in I better have some of those on Easter.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But the Peeps, every once in a while, I'm just like, marshmallow. I like marshmallow a lot. We did not have them a lot growing up because my mom hates marshmallow. Like, never made Rice Krispie treats. She just doesn't like marshmallow-filled chocolate. She doesn't like marshmallow stuff.
That's a shame. So she deprived y'all because of her. Know. That's really not right, Miss Hess.
I'm surprised it wasn't taken away by CPS, honestly.
I'm surprised you turned out this well.
You could say that if you want.
So yeah. I like marshmallow, but I don't like Peeps. I think it's that sugar on the outside that I don't like, you know? But you know, Peeps now, they have so many flavors. Like I went the other day and it's like birthday cake and cookies and cream. Yeah, it's insane, the flavors.
Okay.
Blue raspberry. It's not just a normal Peep, you know?
Huh. I did not know
this is also kind of a must. The robin
The
eggs.
robin eggs, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
actually
don't
like.
like robin eggs that much, but I feel like we always have them.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like them? I like the mini ones better than the big ones.
But what kind of jelly beans do you like? Because
Funny that
jelly
you
beans
mention
have
it.
they have gotten
These,
so much better in our lifetime.
yes, these are my absolute favorite jelly beans. It's the
Yes,
sweet tart.
sweet tarts.
God.
I would like to say thank you to whoever decided that we don't have to have nasty, I was going to say nasty ass. It's the Easter edition. Nasty jelly beans anymore that are like
No,
artificial, gross, generic. Now we have sweet tarts. We have
I love.
Starburst. Starburst are really good as well. The Starburst.
Which
jelly.
one do you like better, sweet tart or Starburst? Because I'll be
I get a
honest.
bag of both because I eat both. I like both.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never tried the Starburst. I just love the sweet tart one.
They're just like they're so good, Angela. And they sell Starburst original jelly beans and Starburst tropical jelly beans and Starburst just the pink and reds. A bag of pink and red
No,
jelly beans.
because
I'm
I
not
was just
kidding.
about to say I don't like yellow and orange Starburst.
There you go.
Oh my gosh!
You can get a bag of just pink. I think it's just pink and red jelly beans that are Starburst
That's
flavored.
amazing.
Do you like the Jelly Belly, like the Jelly Belly ones that have like 50 different flavors? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but here's the thing about those. I'm like, what is this flavor?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna read the whole bag all the time,
it's a it's a lot. I'll be honest,
I don't have
it's
time
a
to read
lot.
it. I just like grab
And
a
then you
handful
can't.
and I'm
I know
like
you,
snacking a few at a time.
but you
And you don't
can't
want,
grab a
like,
handful and put like 2 or 3 in there because you're like lime and chocolate pudding and butter
yes,
pecan or butter
I agree
popcorn. I'm
100%
like,
with that
oh,
because I'm like, ooh, juicy pear, and then the next one I'm like butter popcorn, and then I'm like coffee. Like you're just like
doesn't go.
cotton candy. I just take cotton candy with the butter, and it's just yeah.
Yes,
Those I definitely think I don't eat them in the same way. But if I'm at a
right.
candy shop where you can like get only the
Just that
certain
flavor.
flavors, like I could put all the sweet flavors in a bag or like 3 or 4 different flavors and that's it from Jelly Belly, great. But when it's a mixed bag, it is like you're picking and like seeing like I thought it was butter pecan, but it was actually, whatever else. And you pop it in
Right.
and you're like, nah, that's not what I thought it was.
Or what's your favorite out of those?
I tend to like the sweet ones better. I think that
Really,
other
that's kind
flavors
of
are
surprising because you're a more salty person.
yeah, but
I
they
mean,
don't
like your flavor is more salty.
salty. I am a little salty. We'll see what they pay for the 900 number. So I think what it is that I feel like I'm so mentally jelly beans are supposed to be sweet. And so I think
Yeah.
that's part of it because I'm like, I'll just make myself some like microwave popcorn if I want something salty.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
and then the other thing is I feel like their flavors taste more like what they're labeled as for the sweet versions.
Less
Um,
artificial tasting.
yeah, and I'm sure it's
Yeah.
all artificial, but in my mind,
Oh,
that's
for sure.
it
Yeah.
tastes better. So when I have something that's like, chicken pot pie, not that they have that as a flavor, but you know what I mean. When you have something random like that, I'm like, it's hard to get mentally past the fact that I'm eating a jelly bean that tastes like popcorn.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go eat popcorn. Like I don't need a
Now,
jelly bean that tastes like nachos. I'm just gonna go eat nachos.
have you played that game, Bamboozled, with the
No.
jelly beans? And it's like the green, it's either lime or it's grass.
I have only heard of this game. You've played it?
Yes.
You hate it?
Yes. It is. And when I kid you not, the bad ones
Mhm.
are bad. They are, it's like barf is one. Dog food is another. Skunk, and the skunk is black. So the good one of skunk is licorice, and the bad one is skunk. And I'm like, I don't like either of those. I don't like licorice. I don't like
There's
skunk.
some good ones. There's some good ones.
That's a
Yeah.
lose-lose situation for me.
Yeah.
But I played it down at Nanny's. It is so disgusting. It is, I can't even tell y'all how gross it is. And now they've like come out with different like edition 2 or 3. It's so bad. Don't play it. Don't play it.
I'm not gonna play it, but I could tell from the beginning that you would not like this because if anyone listening has never had the opportunity to play Exploding kittens with Angela, it is an
It's
experience of a lifetime.
it's so anxiety filled for me.
We played one game, and the last time we played, and Angel's like, "I'm out. I can't do it again." And she's drinking her wine, and she's like, "I just my heart is beating, and I just can't play
Yeah.
this. I get so anxious." And I'm like,
And
"What's gonna happen?" She's like, "I'm gonna get one of those damn kittens." And I'm like, "But it's just a game. So then you're just out of the game." And she's like, "Oh,
but I won that game. But I was still like, I'm not playing again. I can't do it again. It's so you don't know what you're gonna draw. It's just anxiety ridden for me, and I just can't do it. I just
Have you
can't.
played any of the games that are like, where you like hot potato, but basically like the one with the pie that like flies in your face or something like
Yes,
thing?
yes. Now, and I think those are fun.
And that
You
doesn't
know,
bother you that at any second you could get like something, thrown at you
I kind
or
of
the
like that
buzzer's gonna go off?
concept. Yeah, no, that doesn't. I don't know why exploding kittens gets me every time. It just is something. Maybe because also cats are not my favorite. I don't know. I don't know.
If you don't know this game, there are no actual kittens in the game. It's just a card that
It
says
is a card. Yeah,
basically you lose because you drew the card that says exploding
yeah,
kitten. That's
and
it.
they kill you. Yeah. So that's yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So back to the jelly beans. Yes, I'm gonna have to try the Starburst
For sure. But
because
yes, I
the
got a
sweet
bag of
tarts
this
are
year. I
my
got a
favorite.
bag of sweet tarts and a bag of Starburst. I think I
This
got a second bag of Starburst because we opened the other one early.
I was just about to say, I got 2 bags of sweet tarts because I'm pretty sure my mom doesn't buy me those. And I
You
keep
need
a
some to
bag
share when
like
company's over, and you need some for yourself later.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I keep my little candy dish full. And they're my favorite jelly bean. They are, which is crazy to say jelly bean, but yeah, I love them.
I like jelly beans sweet. I like sweet tart jelly beans better than sweet tarts
I think I do too.
because
Because
they're chewy.
yes, I was just
Yes.
about to say your teeth with sweet tarts are kind of like,
Yeah.
whereas the jelly bean, you're just like,
And they're
this is so
smaller. They're just
good.
enough of the bite versus like the sweet tarts are a lot the bigger ones. And
And even the yellow of the sweet tarts, I'm okay with those.
mhm.
You know,
Okay. So that's our candy selection. So comment and
there
let us
you
know
go.
if you live
I
in a
know.
certain area, or your family has a certain thing that you have to have every year for Easter. Um, Especially if it's something like Angela showed that you may have never even heard of them. I would love to
See,
hear that.
because I think
Our
Elmer is
listeners
like a
from other regions of the US or other countries. I don't know if we have listeners that are in other countries, but let us know if you've seen or heard of or had tasted these things that Angela mentioned. Because I would
yeah.
bet most people that are not in South Mississippi have
But
never
I
had
think
heavenly hash or pecan egg.
the Elmer brand, I think, is a Louisiana brand. So a lot of Louisiana stuff bleeds into Mississippi, at least the coast stuff. So
But
I
we
think
have
that's
Elmer brand, I think, because it's got the little bunny, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But y'all
we
don't
have.
have those things because those are Elmer, Heavenly Hash, pecan egg, and gold brick.
I need to look more. I'll tell you what. Next time I go to the store, I will look because
You can't miss the Heavenly Hash. I mean, it's bright blue. The gold brick is bright gold.
see, and
Pecan
I
egg
can
goes.
tell the last couple times.
Oh,
Excuse me. I've been
excuse
at
you.
the grocery store and I've just seen like the Snickers and Reese's and
Oh yeah,
Kisses and all Cadbury,
M
of
and
course,
M's.
M&Ms. But I've just seen
Mm-hmm.
like the regular candy, but Easter versions. So
Right.
the same as what you'd see, and then of course the chocolate bunnies.
Yeah. Now I will say, my mom, she loves almond joy. That's her favorite, and
Mhm.
they've started making almond joy eggs. So
Oh,
I get her a pack of those, and she's just like, yay! So yes, I make my mama an Easter basket. I make my mama and my mom an Easter basket. So,
so when did that change from your mom making you a basket to you making her one? Because I take it she doesn't. Does she make you a basket?
where do you think I get my candy? Yes, she makes me a basket. I though have made
I'm
my
sorry.
mom.
Okay. Don't feel well, I would need to say something to my mom right now because she's listening. Do not feel bad that you don't make me a basket, mom. It's
But you
okay.
have a husband. He can make your basket.
He doesn't. Do you know my husband?
He
You think
doesn't
he
make you an
makes me
Easter
an
basket.
Easter basket?
Does he give you Christmas like stocking stuffers?
Okay. He'll be mad if I tell the story. So last Christmas, but I'm
Oh,
assuming
you did
he
tell
doesn't
this.
listen to the podcast. So, oh
But
well.
you put the
What?
you put the things in the basket. What are those things called?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sharon. What if you're not watching? Angela is moving her mouth her hand like a puppet right now.
What are those things called that you get out of the oven? Hot
Oven
mittens
mitts.
or yes. Didn't
I
you
put
get
that in
those?
his stocking as a joke.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so I do this stuff for the kids' stockings. Sorry, Santa brings stuff for the kids' stockings.
Of course.
And I told my husband last Christmas, I don't want to do my own stocking. So I want you to get something for my stocking. This is going to be your job. I don't care if you just get me candy. I don't care what you put in my stocking. But there should be something in my stocking Christmas morning. If you forget and you get one of the presents that were under the tree and you put it in my stocking, that's fine. I don't care. But I don't want to do my own.
Right.
Okay. Well, about 5 days before Christmas, I had a box that was hidden away in a closet that was all the stuff for the stockings because it's his stuff and the kids' stuff, and the dog got some bones. And so I said something. No, it was 3 days before because he worked up until Christmas Eve and was working 7 days straight, and then he had off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I said, look, you probably don't remember, but last year I told you that you're in charge of my stocking every year. And he just looked at me and he went,
Oh
like his face
no.
just dropped. And I said, I have some stuff I can put in my stocking. And he's like, well, why are you bringing this up? I said, because I'd rather tell you now that you're not trying to go out Christmas Eve at 4 p.m. and find stuff for my stocking.
Right.
It's a freaking madhouse out there. So I know what you would do. You'd go out then, or Christmas morning, the kids would come out to see their stockings and mine would be empty and you would feel really, really bad. And he was like,
Yes.
I would feel so bad. I said, so I have some stuff. You don't have to go out and go shopping. Next year, I'm going to remind you like December 10th, December 15th. And he goes, okay, thank you. So
I'll remind him too.
Yes. So I was like, next year, I'll give you a little more advance. I understand this is like the 23rd that I'm bringing this up to you, or 22nd. And he was working, So he goes, okay, that's good. Cause I was like, you're going to get off Christmas Eve. I want you to be home with the kids and me. I don't want you to be trying to go out to get candy for wife's stocking,
Yeah.
So that's the story with the stocking. No, he does not make, I don't really give him an Easter basket either. I mean, we have candy that we eat.
You'll just set it out.
We just have candy and it's like, it's out in a bowl. The kids will get something.
Well, it's not like an Easter, well, maybe it is, but I have made my mom an Easter basket, like mom and dad, since I was in high school.
Like I've your parents then? Wow.
I always
we did stockings, but we didn't.
I've always made, and then mama lives with mom. I make her a basket too. So
I'm going to be honest. I don't know that we always had a basket growing up.
What did you have?
Don't get mad. Don't get mad at Miss Sue. I feel like sometimes we just had like a card and like a couple candy bars. It wasn't like a big huge production. We did egg hunts with like the relatives.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
so we would collect eggs and we got a lot of candy that way, but it wasn't like, now I feel like kids are getting like huge presents. That's the other thing. Like, if I get my kids an Easter basket, I mean, they have like bubbles and a pack of stickers and like a little bit of candy, but we don't spend like $50 or $80 on an Easter basket for the kids.
Well, I knew.
And they don't have some names embroidered on them either. Because I'm just.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with that, but
there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not that Southern. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of embroidered stuff for my children.
Okay, Elaine, we're gonna need to fix that, Elaine.
And Angela is going to provide the embroidered. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, it was. I don't know.
But that's nice. I like that you do that for your mom and your grandma.
And my mom is she can set things up. I remember just the way she sets up. So as I've gotten older, I try to set up, that it's not just like thrown in the basket, it like looks
it's very
nice.
pretty to look at. Yes.
Right,
It's
right.
nice. That's
So,
good.
yeah, I've done that like I said, for years. But
So
you mentioned,
who makes your niece's basket?
you
You or your mom?
I'll be honest.
Or your brother?
I don't know, because last Easter was COVID, if you remember, and I hate to even say that word, but I did not spend Easter with them.
With the family, yeah.
I couldn't. So, I don't know who did her basket. I just know that they took a lot of pictures and sent me, but I kind of missed that.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned egg hunts.
Yeah.
So that was growing up a huge thing. Now, we didn't have candy though in our eggs. Y'all had candy in your eggs?
We had a variety. So my grandmother, my dad's mom, would do big egg hunts at her house, and we had like 20 cousins on that side, or 15, so it was like a little bit more manageable than my mom's side. But I remember that she had one big egg that she would hide, like make it difficult, and it had like a $5 bill in it or a $10 bill in it, which for us was like huge.
Oh, that's a lot. Yes.
And I remember that it was so unfair because the older cousins always got it. Like one time it was up really high in a tree, and I'm like, I saw it, but I couldn't get it before someone else, So I just remember being like, what a ripoff. I'm just gonna get this. So they did, and it was a mix. We used to do boiled eggs that were dyed.
Yeah,
in
we
the
used to
Easter
do
egg
them
hunt
too.
with also plastic with candy, which of course we're like, I mean, we ate the boiled eggs, but we
didn't. I remember
them.
we would like throw the boiled eggs in the street, like see how far we can throw them. And thinking back, I'm
like throwing them at people or cars, and I'm like, this is a strange Easter tradition.
No, but still,
you were like, get rid of these.
I'm sure the adults had no clue we were throwing the eggs in the street.
Stop wasting the eggs.
Yes, because now looking back, I'm like, we could have done something with those eggs besides throwing them in the road. Yeah. But we did the same thing with a big egg. Actually, my Aunt Alice had geese. So Mama got one of the eggs, which are big. And she dyed it yellow. It was a golden egg. And it was worth like $1 or $5. Now Mama has a glass egg, like a ceramic, and we put $20 in it. And Uncle Mike, he hides that, and he does a great job every year. And listen, the older kids, like they're older, they're teenagers, they're in college. They will just go look for that egg. They don't look for any other eggs. They just go look for that egg
later.
Yeah, $20. But when we were growing up, my Aunt Linda would always like get the egg hunt together. And this is how she would give the rules. She'd be like, okay, no clotheslining people. If someone is in a rule. Yeah, if someone is in a tree, you cannot pull them down from the tree. Because this has all happened. You cannot run and knock someone's basket and take all their eggs.
Oh my gosh.
It was vicious growing up. I mean, vicious. So, sometimes I'd be like, oh, there's an egg. And then one of the boys would be coming. I'd be like, never mind, you can have it. I don't really.
I'll find another one. Yeah. It's hard to say. So so now with my kids and my nieces and nephews, the oldest is like 11 and the youngest is not even 2 yet.
Right.
So really what we start with is they let like the 3-year-old and younger go, and the older kids stand there and watch and are like, but then they go and they get the ones that are very obvious, just laying in the grass.
Right.
They pick up about 5, and then we say, okay, everybody else can go, because also sometimes with the little ones, they don't really know what's going on. So they're like, they pick up one and they open it and they sit there and start eating jelly beans. Go get the other, you know.
Now,
And
see,
then
ours are
look
not,
like,
we don't put any, generally, we don't put anything in the eggs, but it's just get as many as you can and then we count. Everyone gets a prize. You know, we're the participation
oh.
trophy. Yeah.
So
We
what
can't be
kind of,
having kids
so let's
crying.
say I get 8 eggs and you get
Hmm.
15.
Hmm.
Is there like a candy equivalent or prizes or what? How does that work?
Regina, thank goodness she picks out all the prizes for the kids now. It's funny
So it's
because
not candy at all.
no,
Or it could be like a chocolate bunny, like a big candy.
well, normally it's a prize. But the aunts used to do it, Aunt Linda, and now
Mhm.
she's kind of passed that to Regina and I that we do the eggs. And it's so funny. Every year it happens when we all have the eggs. And I'm like, count how many eggs you're hiding, you know, so we can try to collect them all. But come July, you'll be mowing and you're like, there's an egg. How did we miss that egg? You know, there's
Yeah, of course.
always one egg that we miss.
Yeah.
But
So
it's so
what
fun.
kind of things do you get? Do you do, because you have such a wide age variety?
Yeah,
You do stuffed
she kind of
animals
keeps
or?
that in her mind. She, like, for the younger girls, one year they all had bubbles, some type of bubble, like a thing that you spun and all different bubbles came out. She's had these things that you put on your ankles and you like go
Yeah,
around
the
and you jump
spin
over
it
the ball.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a bat or like a, you know, a
A
summer bat and
game
ball
type
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So she does that, which is so nice that Regina takes care of the toys.
That's really interesting.
And
I have never heard of this at all.
I
Besides like
mean,
one big prize, maybe.
yeah, well, we also do now, everyone gets a prize, but we generally do at least 2 hunts because everyone loves it. You know, the kids are like, oh,
So
can
you
we do
just
it
go
again?
rehide it. Yeah. And they go
Yeah,
find it
we,
again.
you know, we'll put the kids in the, normally they go in like because we do Easter at my grandma's house. So they go in the front living room and then we had all through the back. And we
Yeah.
say from this area to this area, there's just eggs everywhere. So y'all just, and like you said,
That's,
we put some just out in the grass for the younger kids and we tell them, don't pick those eggs up. Those are for the
yeah.
little ones.
Yeah. That's
So
interesting. Well, this is all very interesting ideas I have not heard of. That is your family tradition.
yeah,
Um,
because they get candy from, you know,
well,
they
they have,
already have enough
if you, and
candy.
this is the difference maybe is like, if you're getting a basket full of
Oh,
candy, then the
right.
egg hunt is like, it's fun to find the eggs, but like you're just adding candy to what you've already got, you know?
Maybe they're, yeah.
Whereas, like I said, we didn't really do a big Easter, we didn't get a ton of candy in our Easter baskets, but we went out and got the eggs, and that's where we got candy.
Mm.
So that
Yeah,
might be the
there's
difference there.
I think that is a huge difference.
We
Yeah.
also did nickels. We get an egg sometime that would
Nickels.
have like some nickels in it, and so or like a
Oh,
nickel and like a couple jelly beans or something. But that was always fun too
you put
because
the nickel in with the jelly beans?
yeah, or just one that had like two
Because, you
nickels in
know,
it.
money is
But
so
kids is like,
germs.
well,
Money has so much germs.
okay. Oh, so not with the okay with
Yeah.
wrapped candy then, or with no candy.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay.
for kids,
Better.
I mean, up to pretty old, they're excited to get coins, you know?
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
think
Claire and
five,
yeah.
6, 7, they're like,
Yeah, that's true.
"Look at all my coins,"
Right.
even though you're like, "Wow, you made 70 cents." Like, but for them, it's really exciting that they got money,
Yeah,
you know? I mean, you heard my daughter, she said she needs to get some pennies for her piggy bank for her
for her
birthday,
piggy
some
bank.
coins for her piggy bank. That's what she wants to ask for her birthday, and I'm like, "Done. That was easy."
Nice.
So I'm like, we'll just get a roll of pennies. 50 pennies are going in the eggs this year. So the older kids are probably gonna be like, there were 6 pennies in this egg. Like, why is there no
Do
candy?
y'all, now that you have older kids, Jenny's older kids, do y'all put like money, like $5 or something like that?
So last year we didn't do it because again,
Because of,
nobody was
yeah.
together. The year before that, we did a big one and we didn't have a big prize. I think it'd be fun to do it now that they are older to do like there's
Mm-hmm.
one special egg, even if it just has something marked on it, but it looks like the other one. So you don't know until the end and you go through. because I think that would make it even trickier for the bigger kids. Because if it's a big one or it's a gold one or there's something distinguishing, they're just gonna go out
Right.
for it. But if it's just like a plastic pink one, like all the other plastic ones, but inside it has like a star in it or something,
Oh,
then when
yeah.
they're counting, it will be like, so I was, as you were talking, I was like, that would be kind of a surprise because
That's a
you
good
don't know if
idea.
you're gonna get it or if your 3-year-old little sibling is gonna get it.
Right.
And do just,
And then it makes you go after the eggs. Cause like I
yes,
said, the kids, the older kids, the teenagers, they're looking for that one ceramic
exactly.
egg.
Yeah.
And but I'm gonna tell you, my uncle hides it so well that
They're out there a long time looking for it.
it's always the last egg. And they'll come up to me and they're like, "Hey, Angela,
Where is it?
can you at least tell me where it is or what side?" And I'll tell him I have no idea because I go give it to him and I'm like, "Uncle Mike, can you just have this in a good place?" And he does it. He's done it for years, and he does it. He did it when we were young. He hid the gold egg, but it's always the last egg, and he'll give a clue, and he might give 2 clues, and then he's like, "That's it." And one year he was like, "Okay, if y'all don't find this egg in 5 minutes, I'm getting the money." So yeah, they ended up finding it.
But I'm sure they were all like,
oh, they're all over the place,
but that makes it
looking
more
for it.
fun that it's like they're
Oh,
out
for
there
sure.
15, 20
And
minutes looking for this egg.
and I'm like, at that point, I'm like, I'm going to look for this egg, because I have no idea where it is either. So my aunts one year, I think we put $25 in the egg. And my aunts were like, "That's a tank of gas. We're going out there and look for it."
That is awesome. We probably won't do that much. I mean, the kids are still pretty young in my family.
They are. That would be a lot.
But they would be very happy with $5, I'm sure. Well, and if one of my kids got it, they wouldn't even know what
It would be
$5
like
means.
$1 to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
Claire would be happier with a quarter to put in a piggy bank than $5.
Right.
So I think I'll do it. We have a bigger yard that's good for egg hunts. We did it the year before. And I just remember that there were several little ones that it was like an adult was like walking with them being like, "Go get another one. Do you see another one?" Like helping them. And they were kids. But like I said, it's candy. I don't think my siblings do a lot of candy in a basket either. So this is like when the kids get their candy
when they get theirs
from the egg hunt. But yeah, so that's I love I enjoy doing that for the kids. It's fun.
Me too. Yeah, I do too.
And like you said, they could do it over and over again. My daughter last year was like, "We're gonna hide the eggs again today." I'm like, it's May, so
it's
I think
May.
put the eggs away. They're just empty at this point, but she's carrying them around in her basket, So,
oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, we don't. And she's like, "But Mom, how about you hide them and I'll go find them?" I'm like, "Okay, let's do it," even though they're empty.
Right.
So that's really fun. Now, do you have? So here we have confetti eggs is a huge tradition for Easter. And I never heard about it until I moved here.
What are they called?
They're called cascarones in Spanish.
Okay, because I was down with you one time and bought a dozen and brought them back. And I remember taking the egg and going like on top of someone's head, and they were shocked. And then when it was confetti, everyone was like, because no, we had never seen it, And then of course there's confetti all in the yard, and I thought, oh, I didn't think that one through,
Yes. Well, we didn't realize, so we didn't think about it because we have like the brick pavers back here, and there was so much bird poop. Like a month after Easter, I'm like, "What the heck? There's bird poop everywhere out here." Well, all the little pieces we swept up, but there were still little pieces there, and the birds were coming down because they thought it was food and were trying to eat it. I was like, we gotta so we pressure washed, tried to get all of it off because the birds, I'm like, they're gonna keep doing this. Stupid birds.
My gosh.
So we didn't think about it. So my in-laws, shout out Mike and Elaine.
Now hey, Mike and Elaine.
All out. I remember the first Easter with their family, with their extended family. They had like at least a dozen confetti eggs per person that was at the gathering. Like
really?
And they're like, "Everybody go outside." And this is all adults. There are no children in this mix at the time. I mean, Claire was like, 12 months old or something.
And what do?
They just attack each other. Like
throw
people
'em?
our age, the parents, everybody is like full of confetti, like in your hair, down your shirt. I like go to the bathroom and I'm like, there's confetti in my underwear. Like there's
Wait, they just
confetti.
throw them or they knock them on your head or what?
They do both. So if you're gonna hit someone in the head though, they kind of like you kind of crush it with your fingers first because they're kind of hard.
Yeah,
So
they
anyone
kind
who
of
doesn't know, they
are.
use real eggs that have
Mm-hmm.
like the top poked off of them if they're in a machine, I'm assuming, but to use inside of the egg, and then they fill them with confetti when they're dry, and they put a little piece of tissue paper glued on the opening. So they can be kind of hard if you just smash it on someone's head. So you usually trying to like crack it a little bit with your hand and then put it, but it's all in their hair, or do that and then throw it at them. I mean, they're just so there's like 30 adults running around
Oh
like
my
mad
God.
in the front yard, just screaming, and it's
I
crazy.
love it.
Yeah, it's
I
really,
would
really
love to
fun.
see a picture, Mike and Elaine, if y'all have a picture, and I
Yes,
mean like PICTURE. If y'all have that,
yes,
I would
a
love to
picture.
see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and add one in here. But so last okay, not this, but not 2020 Easter, 2019 Easter, my son was baptized on Easter because he was born like
Oh,
during Lent or the first
March.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew when, but I was trying to say
Okay.
according to like
Okay.
Lent, it was like he
Oh
was
yeah.
born like the day before Ash Wednesday or something, and then they don't do baptisms during Lent. So he was baptized on Easter, so it says baptismal day, and it was Easter. So after church and he was baptized, we all came here, and I mean, the kids, Mike and Elaine brought a ton of confetti eggs, and
Now say
everybody
the
was
name
out there.
again.
Well, you can say confetti egg, but they're called cascarones.
Okay.
You don't have to
Okay.
remember that though, but
Well, I just like saying it.
yes. Oh, yes.
Cascarones.
There you go. Listen to that. I don't have an accent. So we were out there probably 30 minutes just going crazy. And the kids, the
Really?
little kids, they're a lot slower with it, but they'd like try and
Were
sneak
they
up
in
to
shock?
grandma or grandpa and like try and
Oh.
get grandpa, and he'd let him get
Oh.
close and then be like, ah, and then so they'd run around it. So it took longer because they're small, I mean, adults
Right.
are like, boom, I'm done with my dozen. Like, let's go. And stealing, like I just run up to somebody, you can just grab their box of eggs and run off, because there's no rules with adults. Like you don't have to have rules like
Yeah.
that.
I see
So,
that. I see that like being, yeah, and our family. I don't know how well that would go over
well,
at
probably
all.
no one would do it to certain people that they know you
Mm-mm.
just don't do that to. Like no one was gonna, your mama was just gonna sit there and laugh and just enjoy watching everybody be
Yeah.
crazy. No one's gonna go up and smash it on her head, right? But you'd be surprised
I
because
don't know. You'd be
your
surprised.
mom and her sister, I know, would probably be like, they would get you do it to each other because it's funny. You don't grow
Yeah,
out
because
of
I
that.
did one of my aunts and she was like, oh, now look at my hair.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing here is it's a given. Like you're gonna go home with confetti everywhere, and everybody
Yeah.
knows that. So that's a little different than the shock value of what you did,
Right.
whereas everybody's like, "What is happening?"
No. It was kind of
So
funny because even all the kids, I think I got Brandy or Kim, one of those. And
uh-huh.
everyone was just like, oh, because like Betsy said, it looks like a real egg. And I just went, and just confetti went
Yeah, they're dyed. They look
everywhere.
like dyed eggs.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So that's
anyway, so
fun.
that's a huge tradition here, and probably in a lot of Hispanic areas. Like I think that's where it originally comes from. It may just be
Well,
Texas.
the name sounds it. Yeah.
It does, yeah. So,
Kind of gives it
yeah,
away.
if you ever see those in the store, if you're from somewhere else and you're wondering, like, why are they selling like empty eggs? Because they have them in cartons like eggs that you would buy. Um, but then if you look inside, they're like, you'd probably be like, what is this? They're super light. I don't understand. They are to smash. And I mean, we did it when I taught elementary school. The kids would bring them in for our Easter party. And I'm like, okay, where can we put this? Because we have like 2 dozen or like, we
And I
wouldn't have
bet
a
the
ton.
janitor like hated y'all.
We went out in like the yard. We went out in the field.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, we didn't do that inside. No. And then
Yeah.
we played duck duck goose with them for a while because I was like, they're gonna be
Oh.
gone. I mean, we have 20 kids and we have like everybody gets one egg. Like that's not,
Right.
you know. So we would have whoever was it would be like duck with the egg and then smash the egg and then they'd win. So I
Oh,
kind of tried to
fun.
make it, last a little longer than just
Right.
everybody gets one egg. So yeah, it's a really fun tradition. I need to buy some because I haven't bought any yet this year.
Oh, yeah. That does sound nice.
Yeah.
So part of our tradition, the hunt, we do crawfish boil at Easter.
Oh, really? Okay, I was gonna ask
Yes.
you because we don't have a specific food. I mean, sometimes we do ham or whatever. There's not like a set menu.
Well, so and we've done the crawfish for years. And
I mean, it
if you're
makes
not
sense. It's in
familiar,
season, so
yes, if you're not familiar with crawfish boil, you do crawfish, but then you also add like potatoes and
corn and
mushrooms and
potatoes.
onions and garlic and sausage. You add a ton.
Yeah.
Then we also do, because there's some people that don't like crawfish, and crawfish, you stand and pick, and it is a lot of work.
That's why I don't like crawfish. That's why I'm like, I'll have shrimp instead because it's not as much work
Well, it's a
to
lot of
peel
work
and
to
eat.
start. Even to start, like you gotta, I don't know what they do with put salt on the crawfish or whatever, and then they drop them in, and my uncle's like, okay, timer, give me 13 minutes, and so it's just a lot of work. But we also do inside food like ham and all the sides that go with that. But the crawfish is a huge thing for us. We all just thoroughly enjoy it. Everyone just, the kids are now getting older, so they even love doing it. But it's a tradition we've had now for years. So we just keep that going. And
if you aren't from the South, crawfish boils are a big thing.
Oh yeah, they're huge. And it is, like Betsy said, it is now getting
on
into
the
season.
table with newspaper, just eat up.
Yeah, it's so we don't put it on newspaper, but we have a table. You just put it across the table. You get some paper towels, a couple rolls of paper towels, and you just it's just fun. It's so much fun. But my mama also makes. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's something you do.
Hold on. I can't hear what you're saying. Are you better?
Boils are another, like basically like a big barbecue. Like everybody gets together outside and eats crawfish. And like Angela said, that they throw a bunch of the other stuff in with them, and it's just seasoned really well, and everybody gets together.
So good. Generally, like the first batch is like less spicy, and as the batches go on, it becomes spicier. So the first batch, we're like, okay, these are good, let's let the kids eat them. We'll set some aside for mama, because they're just not as spicy. But love crawfish, love it.
Yeah. Okay, so
and
go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we have crawfish, and there is a dessert my mama makes. She only makes it at Easter. So last year we didn't have Easter, so no one had it. And no one else makes it. Mama's the only one that makes it. We call it Texas Delight. I don't know where we got that name, because other people, when I've described it to them, they're like, oh yeah, we call it Mississippi Delight, or, oh, we call it this. So I don't know what the name really is.
Yeah.
It's 4 layers. The bottom layer is like like pecans kind of crushed with butter and flour, and you bake it. And then the next layer is Cool Whip mixed with cream cheese and like powdered sugar layer. I don't know what's in that layer. I mean, I've never made it. Then the next layer is, and then that goes in the refrigerator. And then the next layer is instant chocolate pudding. And I don't know if you mix that with anything else. And then the last layer is just Cool Whip. And
interesting.
We fight over this. Like, I don't know if Dana has ever had it, and she's almost 20 years old, because we're like, oh, you're a kid. We only have one pan, so you don't get any.
This does not sound like you. I feel like you'd be like, we need to make 2 pans of this.
Well, this year, Mama, we were talking, and we've already decided we're making 2 pans of this year.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get it last year, so people are going to just be like, oh, the Texas Delight,
Well, it's interesting too, because I'm wondering, like, if you said, like, for your birthday, if you're like, Mama, I want you to make Texas Delight for my birthday, would she do it?
I mean, she might, but I've never done that.
I'm just
I
saying,
haven't.
if
No
there was
one
something,
has. Yeah, but
I'm gonna look up the recipe and I'm gonna make it not on
okay.
Easter.
So I took a picture of
Okay.
the recipe because I found it, and they call it a 4-layer pie or 4-layer dessert or something.
Okay.
So we'll link it here.
But
But
you have a
she
picture
makes.
of it, so we have to find a link where this exists on the internet.
Wait, what?
You can't just throw a picture into the description of this.
No, I have the recipe.
You have
What
a
do you?
picture of the recipe, or you have a
Yeah.
link to the website where it's found?
No, I took a picture of the recipe.
Yes, there's no way to
Okay.
show a picture in the description of this
Okay,
video.
I don't know how to do all that technology stuff. You know that.
So what you're telling me is you have a handwritten recipe that you took a
It's
picture.
typed.
A typed
It's typed.
recipe. Okay, Karen. The point is to link something in the description, it has to exist on the internet somewhere. You have to know where it is, and then you copy that address and you give it to our followers here. So if you have a picture, what I've done in the past when you've sent
You
me a
want me to
picture
give
of a
it to you or
recipe,
not?
listen to what I've done in the past. I have gone on to all recipes and I have typed in the recipe and created a recipe. Look on allrecipes.com and you will see Angela's taco soup. That's your recipe.
Really?
Yes.
Huh,
I don't
look
know
at
what kind
there.
of reviews it has yet. You'll have to look it up. But I typed it in and created it so it had a link, and then I put the link down below. So if you're on all recipes, everybody look up Angela's taco soup. It is the only recipe I've ever contributed to all recipes. And it's not even mine. It's Angela's.
It's
I was like,
actually
I
not
don't have
even
a way
mine.
to show our followers a picture.
Yeah. So it came out of Belle's Best. It's a recipe book. So that might help you.
I've never heard of Belle's Best.
It's an old Southern recipe book.
It sounds like it.
It has some, I was going through it because we were looking.
I love it that you tell me it's from a really old Southern recipe book. Again, not on the internet. Maybe someone has created a website for Belle's Best. Do you think it's on the internet somewhere?
I mean, I don't know. Julia Childs is, and she's not even alive. So it could be.
All right, I'll look up Belle's Best after this, and we'll have a link for you either way. It might be created in all recipes and it'll say Mama's 4-layer cake is what it'll say.
Texas Delight is what we call it. But here's the deal.
Mama's Texas Delight though.
There you go.
Where credit is due.
She'll love it. If you don't like it, don't say anything. I don't want to know. If you don't like it,
you can say something to me. I have no family connection to this. We just won't tell Mama.
I will be like, I don't even know if we can be friends. I don't
can
even
tell
know.
You right now that my mom is probably listening and she's like, chocolate pudding.
I know. But okay. And also because Easter is so hot and it's a cold dessert. Yes, it stays in the refrigerator. Nice, yeah. So yeah, that's another thing. Like I do make a cake for Easter generally, like or make cupcakes. Yeah. But it's hot, so we think of like cool desserts.
You're not thinking of pie, like pumpkin pie and things. No, things like that.
Yeah.
And also for those of you where you don't think of Easter as a very hot holiday, because in some places Easter is cold.
Really, I hate it. Well, yeah, because we're all up in. I mean, it's. Sorry,
it's April 4th this year.
It is kind of early this year, but I guarantee you we'll probably be in.
We're in shorts t-shirts half the time on Christmas Day.
I was just about to say Christmas. Yeah. Sometimes we have the air on, so we will for sure. I'm positive have the air on at least.
Yeah.
But we're outside majority of the time anyway at Easter. It's just it's an outside holiday for us most of the time.
Yeah, which is nice.
So
I don't really have other traditions that we follow. Like I said, we don't have a set menu. We kind of just, with my family, we don't have extended family here. So it's me, my 2 siblings, my parents. And I think this year they're going to do like a brunch. So everybody come, whether you go to mass the night before or in the morning, everybody comes like at 10 or 11 and has a big brunch and hangs out outside. And
are you going to make food for brunch?
Probably.
because I have some really good brunch recipes if you want some. Yeah.
Well, I think that would be wonderful, Karen.
I will share.
Okay. That sounds great.
Yes.
So we'll all go to my sister's house and we'll be over there.
Oh, that'll be
Yeah.
nice.
It's just I really like Easter. I think because one of the things is that like I don't think it doesn't feel like Easter has as much pressure as some other holidays. Like you're going and you're doing food, but even the food aspect of it doesn't feel like as much as Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see
Like
that.
it's like, oh, everybody's bringing food, but for some reason it doesn't feel as big and as stressful
Mm-hmm.
as those holidays do. And then, you like you said, you and Regina are in charge of the egg hunt, but you're not like, okay, I have this gift and this gift that I have to remember, and I have this,
Right.
I have this and this food, and it's like it just feels more relaxed. And then you just
It,
hang
yeah.
out all day. So it's just
Yeah, it is.
nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice holiday. The only thing is then Monday, generally you're back at work,
Well, I was going to
so
ask, do you usually have Easter Monday off?
no, generally we work now down here. The schools down here take that week off for spring break.
Okay.
So, even if Easter's late, their just spring break is later, I mean, they might take spring break and then come back and not even have a month left in school, or have
Really?
right about a month. Yes, it's just spring break is
Well, I
around
guess too,
Easter.
because there's a couple days off for Mardi Gras usually.
Yes, they get either in February,
Monday,
sometime
Tuesday,
in
or Monday,
February.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Well, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of the people take off the whole week and they go to Colorado, they go like skiing, or they go to like Disney World. That's a huge week for people to go travel.
I mean, Disney World definitely makes sense if you're looking compared to the rest of the US because
Mm-hmm.
most people don't have off a random week in February.
Right.
And
And
so it's like if we go now, there's not gonna be the lines.
exactly.
And the same
And
with skiing or even tropical places
right.
anywhere. It's gonna be like,
So yeah, so they do get, those couple breaks. But so spring break is this year after Easter. So
Mhm.
I might take a day. I really haven't thought about it. I was going to take a whole week and go out of town, but the plans have changed because some people just aren't opening up as quick as other people. So
Yes, yeah. It happens.
just
I don't
waiting.
know what state you're in.
Scratch my neck and it's kind of red.
Oh, well, for the listening audience,
Okay.
Angela has a red spot on her neck where she scratched it, and now
And it's bothering me.
so we just
'Cause it's
wanted
red.
everyone to be filled in. If you're not watching
Yeah.
us, you're just listening. Angela has a red spot on her neck.
Why aren't you watching?
We appreciate our listening fans too. For a lot of
We
people,
do,
it's easier
we
to
do.
listen than it is to watch
Yes.
a YouTube video for an
I
hour.
completely
And we have
understand.
just talked for an hour about Easter. So
Oh, and we said we were only going to do about 45 minutes because we didn't think we had a lot to talk about Easter.
we said that was our goal. But the first 15 minutes we were talking about other stuff anyway. So
That's true. That's true. So, all right.
yeah,
I think that's good with Easter.
I hope everyone listening to this,
Yes.
you may not be listening on Easter Day because
You're
you
probably
probably
not.
have plans and other things to do, or you're sleeping in, or who knows. So we hope that you had a great Easter and you have a wonderful Easter week. If you have time off, enjoy it. And
Mm-hmm.
God bless everyone. And like,
Yes.
God, it's Easter and Lent is over. Woo!
Yes. Happy Easter. Thank y'all for
Bye,
listening.
Sean. Love you.
Bye, Bradley Cooper. Love you.